What the hell? Who knew this would be the end result? Okay, so here's an update to my previous video. I haven't been doing any updates on my denture journey because, well, there's nothing to update. I am still without my dentures. I mean, I have them. They're in the bathroom in a container full of water. And that's where they're going to stay until I get a reline. Because right now, I have to have the adhesive to keep them in order to talk with them. Otherwise, you're just going to see my upper keep dropping because there's no suction. The dentures are now too big for my gums because my gums have shrunk so much. Um, and drinking water or pop or coffee erodes away the adhesive, and then they just ultimately come loose. I wore them one day. We went out. I put adhesive on my dentures, put them in. By the time I got home, the bottom denture, there was a piece of adhesive in the back. That was all that was keeping the bottom denture from flopping all over the place. So I've got to wait until next month before I can get a reline. I'm hoping it's probably going to be a soft reline because my healing is not done. I have until December 4th, which will mark 1 year since my teeth were extracted. But my gums have healed so much since December 4th of last year. And there are no more bone fragments coming out. I think any bone fragment that's going to come out has already done so. I haven't felt any in months. Uh, I'm not starving by any means. I can eat foods. It's not a big deal. But we had fajitas a couple of nights ago for dinner. My wife cooked up some beef steak that she trimmed into little strips, cooked those up, added bell pepper, onions, and a fajita mix, and sauteed the hell out of everything. And she's going, "Oh, but that meat was so tender." True, but you have teeth and I don't, so our current definition of tender is going to be different. A lot of that I had to chew up with my gums, but I couldn't effectively break it down. So I had to pretty much swallow the beef whole after I mauled it for a little bit. The bell pepper and the onions and the lettuce and the tomatoes and all that stuff, that was no issue. Um, but yeah, I am not starving by any means. But on to other things. Basically, this is an update on my other health issue, the fact that I'm diabetic. My A1C is currently 6.1, so I've been taking off the Steglatro. It was a little 5 milligram pill that I was taking every morning. Been taken off of that. In December of last year or early January of this year, my insurance company sent a letter to me stating that after January, Ozempic will require prior authorization. Okay, cute. So here we go. Boom. Near the end of July, I need a refill on Ozempic. The insurance company denied it. Okay, so what's the point of sending out a letter saying you need prior authorization if you're just going to deny filling the script anyway? You didn't say that. All you said was prior auth will be required. But here we are, 7 months later, we're just flat out denying Ozempic. So I've been switched to Trulicity, which is a completely different thing. I'm taking a larger dose of Trulicity because I was taking 0.50 milligrams of Ozempic every week. With Trulicity, I'm taking 0.75 milligrams, and I've only had 3 doses of it so far. I've got 1 dose left, and then it's got to be refilled. And the difference between the Ozempic and the Trulicity is with Trulicity, I get snacky. It does have a side effect saying loss of appetite. I have not experienced that yet with Trulicity. So that's something I myself am going to have to gain control of because I've already lost a lot of weight. Um, and in case you see it in the video, you see I'm no longer sitting in my blue and black gaming chair because it was a piece of shit and it fell apart, literally. I mean, the base plate that the seat cushion attaches to broke completely in half. And it was weight rated for 300 pounds. I was at 278 at my heaviest, and now I'm down to 238. Might be lower since that last check at the doctor's office, but it broke because it was made with inferior material. And then when I go back to the website where I purchased said chair, the chair they have on display looks completely different from the chair I was actually sent. So I wound up getting this one. This is a flat out high backed office chair with armrests that flip up and out of the way, so there's no armrests there. They're flipped up. You don't even want to know how much I paid for this chair because it will probably blow your mind and probably totally annihilate your wallet. But I had to have a chair, and my ass is so very thankful because this thing is really comfortable. It doesn't recline, but I can rock, and obviously it swivels. And this one is weight rated for 330 pounds. I was thinking about getting a Hercules big and tall chair, which has got a weight rating of 500, but that's a little bit of overkill. So, but yeah, so basically this whole thing has been, I'm just working on my gums, getting them tougher. At this particular point in time, I am quite aware that I can effectively use my dentures because they're not mushy. When I press down, ow, that hurt my finger. Pressing down on my gums. They're quite solid. It took a lot of getting used to get to the point where that I'm at now with my gums. The first time I tried to eat a hamburger, I bit into it, I bit through the bun, got to the patty, tried to bite through it, and it hurt really bad. I wound up using a fork on a friggin' hamburger. A few months later, I tried the burger again. Found out I could bite down through the bun and hit the patty and then try and bite through the patty. No pain, but the patty would get forced out of the back of the sandwich and onto my plate. Because obviously I have no teeth, so I can't really bite into it that effectively. So the force just pushed the patty out. Once again, had to use a fork. Another month or so goes by. I attempt a burger again and find out I can now bite through the whole thing and take a chunk out of a burger without it flopping out of the bun. I learned how to hold it and how to bite through. I'm kind of bummed out because I want my dentures to fit. I haven't been able to practice eating sandwiches or burgers or anything with them to get accustomed to the feel of what it's like to actually eat a sandwich with my dentures. I can go to Jimmy John's and get a number 9, which is an Italian sandwich. And as you should know, Jimmy John's does cold cut sandwiches only. There's no heating them up like Firehouse or Quiznos or Penn Station. They're straight up cold cut. I can eat a Jimmy John's sandwich without my dentures. Just with my gums, I can bite through that. I don't know if I mentioned this in my previous video. Because the only thing that hurt was the inside of my upper lip from where when I bite through, it's getting drug across the French bread. So it kind of made it tender up here. My gums did not care whatsoever. But I think over time, I'm pretty sure the inside of my lip will get used to that and it won't hurt anymore. But yeah, it's just, I'm worried about the reline because it's going to be a soft one. And I really go to town on my dentures when I clean them. So I'm worried about scrubbing out the reline. I don't know how it's going to work. I would like a hard reline because they use acrylic with that, and that's way more, it's permanent. It's not going to come out. But if they go with a soft reline, then that ultimately means sometime down the road, I'm going to have another reline. And I really don't want to do that. And then at some point, I'm even eligible for a whole brand new set of dentures. But it's kind of, I didn't have any idea that my mouth would heal this quick to the point where it renders my dentures utterly useless to me for now. But I'm not starving by any means. I'm eating normal foods. My gums are getting stronger. And that's what you want. You want your gums to stay strong so that you can utilize your dentures. That's what they're there for. They're supposed to be functional. But in order for you to have functional dentures, you have to have two things as far as I'm concerned. One, your gums need to be strong enough to be able to use the dentures. And two, those dentures have to fit like a glove, or it's all pointless. Hence, me with no dentures, because they don't fit at all. It's like being a kid putting on your dad's shoes and your feet are too small for your dad's shoes. That's basically how my dentures feel in my mouth. It's not that they're too big, it's just they don't fit the gum anymore. There's way too much play. Things can get up underneath them. Food, liquids, that's why the adhesive doesn't work. So, yeah, it's an uphill battle, but I know my gums are getting tougher, and that's the main point. I want to be able to use my dentures effectively. So, as I stated in previous videos, don't wear your dentures 24/7, or your gums are going to turn to mush, and then you're going to go right back to eating foods that you had to eat when you had first got your teeth pulled. You won't be able to use your dentures because your gums are mushy, because you've waterlogged the hell out of them by wearing those dentures 24/7. Make sure you take them out every night. Do yourself a favor. Let your gums rest. Let your gums breathe. Eat food without your dentures. See what you can eat. Toast doesn't even faze me anymore. I can destroy toast without even an ounce of pain. I can destroy Cheetos puffs with no pain. And to me, that's way more abrasive and more solid than a piece of toast. So my suggestion to those of you who've had all your teeth extracted and you're trying to toughen up your gums, when you're ready, start eating Cheetos puffs or something similar to that, because it's a lot tougher than toast, because toast does have a soft center because only outside's getting toasted. But if you want that true abrasive experience, Cheetos puffs. Recommended. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and let y'all go. So until the next video, take care.